Hey guys, it's Absolutely here back with another video. With the creation of Team Mod Loader on Steam, downloading big content mods like Calamity, Thorium, or Fargo Soul mod is now easier than it ever has been. But if you've ever scrolled through the mod browser before, you'll know there's so many different mods to choose from that it can be very overwhelming at times to settle on one mod, as you have no idea what mods really suit your style of gameplay, which can lead you having to try each mod till you find the one that feels right for you. This video aims to solve that problem and give you my insights on what type of player would typically enjoy what type of mod, as well as overall information on what you can expect to see or experience within your playthrough of the mod. Let's go ahead and get into the mods. The first mod we're going over is the Thorium mod. This mod is the perfect mod to start out with if you've never experienced modded Terraria before. The mod adds 2 new classes, the Healer and the Bard classes, along with improving the vanilla throwing class. It also adds 11 new bosses, 163 new enemies, 2,000 new items, in a new underwater biome. Everything in the mod is very well made, the weapons are unique, the boss fights are memorable, and they don't feel randomly put into the game. The sprites are also very good. This mod also adds a great amount of content to the game that I personally think can be best described as very fitting into the overall style of gameplay that vanilla Terraria already offers, which is what in my opinion makes it such a great starting point to get into the modding community, as I don't think it overwhelms people new to modding, but it also adds a good load of content, which is something that can be quite hard to perfect. My only problem with this mod is personally I think the bosses are too easy for my liking, but if you are looking for a Terraria content mod to try and just have a relaxing, casual playthrough, Thorium is my recommended mod for you. The next mod is the Mod of Redemption. The Mod of Redemption is a remastered version of an old discontinued mod called the Mod of Randomness, and it currently adds over 1,200 new items, 11 new bosses, 13 new mini-bosses, a new druid class, 4 new structures, and a new biome called the Wasteland. This mod has a pretty good progression flow, everything links fairly seamlessly between the mod's content and vanilla content, along with the overall gameplay being very enjoyable. It also adds in post-Moonlord content, which adds even more stuff to explore even after you're done with vanilla gameplay. The mod's overall theme and art style is great, and my favorite part of the mod has to be the Abandoned Lab, as it's a very unique structure that has a lot of clear effort put into it, and it looks so great and the experience works very well. The boss fights are unique, well made, and also challenging to a good level, and I feel like they start out fairly simple, but once you get towards the post-Moonlord section of the mod, they can get really difficult. Overall, this mod is good all around, and I feel like this one can be enjoyed by a wide variety of different players, so consider giving this one a shot if you like what you see there. The next mod we're going over is the Calamity mod. The Calamity mod is basically the exact opposite of Thorium, where in Thorium the new content matches the vanilla pace of the game quite well. Calamity creates an entirely new pace for the player to experience that doesn't feel much like vanilla and isn't very bounced around vanilla gameplay, so I don't recommend using it with any other content mods. The mod adds 23 new bosses, 354 new enemies, 5 new biomes, 4 new difficulties, a new rogue class, and much more. This mod is perfect if you are someone who enjoys doing a lot of crazy boss fights, and don't mind dying a good amount in order to learn the boss's patterns, and what strategy you should use against it. The custom difficulty modes are great, as Revengeance and Death mode not only make the Calamity bosses even harder, but also make the vanilla bosses have new changes, such as after getting Skeletron to a certain health percentage, his hands will regrow and will have 4 hands instead of the normal 2. These custom difficulty modes are not required to play the mod and are purely optional, but you will miss out on certain content if you play on just normal or expert mode, so in my eyes you will miss out on the full experience without at least Revengeance mode enabled, which can be quite difficult to casual players. The boss fights are hard to forget and are one of my favorite parts of the mod, along with the soundtracks and crazy weapons. The mod even adds content after Moonlord, allowing you to create some amazing gear and fight some powerful bosses with millions of health. This mod is definitely for more of the hardcore crowd, as some of the bosses took me over 100 attempts in order to finally beat for the first time. So if you are someone who wants challenging boss fights, and you don't mind farming for certain gear, and like long crafting recipes that create insane items, this mod is definitely for you. If what I have said interests you in this mod, I highly recommend checking out my spoiler-free Calamity mod guide to give you a bit of help with starting out in the mod, which will be linked in the description. The next mod we'll be covering is the Fargo Soul mod. The Fargo Soul mod adds tons of new crazy accessories to the game that are based off of combining several different armor set bonuses and accessories to create new powerful accessories that each provide unique effects to your gameplay, such as being able to auto-fire all weapons or having gravity control and much more. The mod adds a total of 4 new bosses and 8 mini-bosses that are amazingly designed, numerous weapons, gear, and accessories, while also introducing a new difficulty mode called Eternity Mode, which drastically changes the difficulty of the game, which also introduces new reworked designs of vanilla bosses, such as the Cthulhu spawning sickles that the player has to dodge while it charges, allowing it to teleport, and inflicting numerous debuffs upon contact with the player. The boss fights are all very unique, including the modified vanilla ones, and will challenge all players that try to defeat them, as they require lots of attention and practice to defeat, especially in the new Eternity mode. This mod also has cross-compatibility items with Calamity, Thorium, and much more, and if the player has every single one enabled, for example, the final accessory in the mod will take over 2,000 different items to craft. So this mod is definitely not for someone that is not a fan of exploring, or dislikes farming for items, or fighting bosses that will challenge your skills in the game. This mod will probably best suit the same players that enjoy the Calamity mod, and they are both compatible, so you can always play both at the same time if you'd like. And the final mod we will cover today is the Business mod. This mod adds over 400 new items, 49 new NPCs, 4 new bosses, 8 new structures, 1 new swamp biome, a new event, a quest system, 2 playable races, 5 classes, and an experience system with over 146 different skills. This mod is more RPG and story focused, offering the player full quest lines that have the decision made on the quest impact the world around them. The class system, along with allowing the player to have skill points and level up to improve their stats and select certain skills, is a great feature that I wish more mods personally had, as being able to customize your character further than just gear, weapons, and accessories is super cool to me. One thing this mod does amazingly is the structures it generates are super well made, and the mod gives a very lively feeling as there's a bunch of new NPCs to interact with and get to know, along with helping them with any tasks they may need. This mod is definitely a bit deeper than the other mods mentioned, as it's less focused on adding tons of content, but more so the story, quest, and exploration. So if you're someone who enjoys the story, definitely check out this mod. That is all for today's video, guys. If you guys did enjoy, make sure to leave a like and consider subscribing if you want more Terraria content like this. And also comment down below what you guys thought about these mods. Thank you guys for watching.